Guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Hello, everyone. Hi, CW. Healthy rising, Tracy. Good health to you. And to the mystical Misfits. How are you, sweetie? I think everyone has food hangover. Does everyone have food hangover from Christmas? How was your Christmas, CW? Hi, Brandy. Oh, good health. Good health, sweetie. How was your Christmas, CW? And Brandy, how was your Christmas? Christmases now. I have to go plural. How was everyone's Christmas? All right. Takes them a minute to come on. But for everyone else, good morning, Tracy. Good morning to you. And good health to everyone. And for everyone that's watching, feel free to look at the scrolly thing down below, right? And like, follow, share. For the YouTube viewers, for IG people, please follow me on IG. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you. Please subscribe because we got a lot of things to do. I might have to put out 2 videos today. One on the ex-president. I'm not questioning whether I should do it. I'm just, he brings that kind of reaction out of me. I'm going to do it. But I want you guys to subscribe so that you know what the hell I'm doing. And an update on, a psychic update on Shanquella Robinson. There needs to be a psychic update on Shanquella Robinson case. So let's get a couple of videos out the way. Today is second Christmas around here. That's the way they announce it. Second Christmas. Now, I think that's what that means is from an HR perspective, right? I think, but we kind of talk different here. So I'm trying to get their language here because I went walking this morning and nobody was in the streets. I knew right away people had off today, right? Government. When I say people have off, I do mean government offices. I think the island is ruled by government offices, right? Okay, so I went walking saying nobody was in the road. And I was like, I know what this is. This is something, right? I was like, I know exactly what this is. And it's exactly what I think it is. So I get home and I check, and it's something called, it's not official, or maybe it is. It was in Google, right? So if it's in Google, it's official, right? It said, and I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. Like, it's the ignorance of it all. Okay. It said, they called it Second Christmas Day, I think they called it, which means, I think from an HR perspective, it means if a holiday falls on a Sunday, then you get the Monday off. So I think governments have Monday off today. But if government have Monday off today, nobody works. Like, either the whole island works for the goddamn government, because empty. I mean, empty. Okay, so maybe I need a government job. What do you think? Should I get a government job? You know I'll get fired, right? Hopefully they'll just do a background check and it'll be like, no, we refuse to hire you. I was like, but there's nothing there. There's nothing on my background. Come on. They're going to be, because I have nothing on my background. I don't think. Sometimes it's just good to run a background check just in case you did something when you were like a teenager. That's happened before, right? Because I used to be HR, right? And so somebody will come in, clean cut, perfect resume, gets hired, pending background. And you do background and something shows up when they were 16 years old. And you're like, did you know? Like, you have something here from the time you were 16. No, I didn't know. You sure? And I realized people really can forget. They can change their lives over. And they really can forget that they got arrested as a kid. Do you ever forget that, really? In any case, I don't think there's anything on my background. I should apply for a government job just to see if there's something on my background. What do you mean? You found something? What do you mean? Wow, that must be that advanced, cyber checking. There's nothing on my background. I don't think. Now I'm starting to worry. No, I'm starting. Could there be? There's nothing on my background. The Fountain family was good. Aw, good. Mama Mia, good morning. Good morning. Tiffany Henderson, good morning. Sonia, good morning. My Christmas was relaxing. I like that. I'm well. I had a wonderful time with my family of food and alcohol. As long as y'all had alcohol and there was no fighting, that's beautiful. I have a hangover. Yeah. Hangovers can be good when you have a good time. Beloved, how are you, sweetie? I know you're off from work. Sandra, how are you, sweetie? Good morning. Janine, good morning. And everyone, I'm definitely in a food and drink coma. See, I said it. I said, y'all going to be in some kind of coma this morning. Y'all going to be like, is Tracey coming on? Because, Tracey always comes on. Tracey always does her job. Always. Imagine if I worked for airline traffic. Well, first of all, the planes would go down. But that's not the point. I would be there. I would be there and on time. But beyond that, the planes would just collide. Tracey, what did you do? I don't know. The pilot said one thing and then something else happened in my brain. I heard something else. This true story. I'm going to tell you all this story of Tracey. It's a true story. I never got into trouble for it, but early on, I realized there was something wrong with me. Early on. Okay, so I was working at a chemical bank. Bank doesn't exist anymore. You know why the bank doesn't exist? Because my ancestors love me. The weirdest thing after this happened, the bank literally had to close down. But back in the day, I didn't know I was gifted, right? I didn't know I had like monster ancestors watching over me, shutting banks down, right? Okay. But I'm going to tell the story. Talking about not having a criminal record. But I don't have a criminal record. I don't. But I'm thinking I should. That's what I'm thinking. I really should have a criminal record, but I don't. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story. It's true story. It's the story of Tracey. I was young as all get out. I wasn't even 21. I was 20 and I wasn't married yet. Because I got married at 21. It's the only reason why I know the time frame, right? Okay, so I'm working for Chemical Bank as a teller. And I remember being really jealous working amongst the other women, right? They seemed to be so much better than me and so much more accomplished than me. And, I just felt like I was there for the job, not for the career, right? So I do feel like I was really bad at being a teller, right? Every night I couldn't, I don't know what they used to call it, but I'm going to say cash out. I couldn't cash out. I could never balance the books, right? A supervisor, or they would come around and they would say things like, okay, who needs me? And it's always, I was like, I do. And it's like, of course you do, Tracy. Of course you do. Why they never fired me, I don't know. Like, if I wasn't doing my job, but people liked me. That was the problem I always had my whole life. People liked me. So even if they had conversations about firing me, they couldn't because they liked me. I never did anything wrong. I was a great teller to the people's. Horrible accounting, right? Historically, horrible accounting. Historically. 30 days, 25 days, 7, 14, 21, 28 days, because I never worked on the weekends, because I think back in the day, the banks were closed on the weekend, but I can't remember anymore. And at least 6 out of the 7 days, I could not cash balance the paperwork, right? When one day they said to me, well, first I was coin teller for a while. Oh yeah, I was coin teller for a while. That's what it was. And once you're coin teller for a while, then you upgrade to the main teller. And the main teller is behind a specific booth because she carries the real cash, right? We don't carry cash. We carry like maybe 2,000 in the open drawer, but the closed drawer can have like up to 10,000 or something like that, right? And so, but when you go to the teller, that's real money in there, right? That's hundreds of thousands of money in there. They finally made me a head teller. I don't know if it was temporary or if it's permanent, but they upgraded me to head teller. I wasn't even there a day. Not even a day. When these kids gave me a check. And I cashed a check out, $25,000. Cashed it out. Was very, very specific about what I gave, right? And then gave them the money. At the end of the day, I'm like 23,000 short. And there's no way it can be. There's no way. $100, 23,000. I was 23,000 short. So now we got everybody involved. We're counting, recounting, counting, recounting. But back in the day, you had to put the breakdown on a check, right? So they finally looked at the check because something about the number was odd. It was like, this is an odd difference, right? It wasn't even, right? They looked on the back of the check. No, they looked on the back of all the checks because you had to document. That's the only thing that saved my ass. You had to document. And they looked on the back of the check, and sure enough, I put my hair up. I don't even know why I live this way. Sure enough, there was a check there that was for $2,500, and I gave 25,000. True story, right? So they're like, Tracy, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, what were you thinking? I don't know. So right away, they're like, pull the cameras. Stop the cameras, pull the cameras. Let's see how she went wrong. The only thing that saved me was the cameras because it was so innocent that the kids knew. They were like 17, 18 years old. The kids knew they were getting too much money because they were like, that's the only thing that saved me with the goddamn cameras. I am not against CCTV cameras. That camera saved my life. Okay, so the person back in the day, mom and pop shops had healthy relationships with banks, right? So the manager said, don't worry about it. We deal with these people for years. We'll call them. We'll get the money back. They called them. You know what they said? You gave it. It's ours. They were like, no, she made a mistake. It's not yours. Give it back. It turned out to be a whole lawsuit because they refused to give it back. And back in the day, there was no laws on the books that says if someone makes a mistake, like a teller, that you have to give it back. There was some weird, there was just nothing there on the books. And I think I changed the books in New York City. Especially after the ATMs had already come out, right? ATMs were already out. But every once in a while, an ATM would give too much money because the system wasn't fail-safe. And so if you kept the money, the laws had changed where it's like, no, we'll come after you. True story. True story, Angel. And then I had to testify against the kids and the company that kept the money. All of a sudden, I was innocent. I was a star witness. Instead of being in trouble, they needed my testimony. It got turned around. I mean, I didn't even know I was gifted back then. But when you got ancestors, oh, Lord, you could fuck up. And I'm telling you, those jail gates will open. I never got into trouble to this day. Next thing I know it, Chemical Bank is closing down. I was like, what the fuck? Chemical Bank is an established bank. Why are they closing? They closed down all the branches. You got to believe in God, people. I told my dad, and he's a money man. My dad's a money man. He goes, how the fuck did you do that? I don't know, Dad. I don't know. Tracy, there's no way. I know. Too funny. Did they get their money back? After a while, that's the one story I don't remember. I don't remember that story. If they got their money back, I would assume. I mean, all the evidence was there. I testified. Like, come on. I would assume. Yeah. I don't know. Why am I hot, people? Let me just put the air on for a little bit. Oh. I don't even know why I shared that story with you guys, but oh, I know I told your story because I said I should not have a criminal record. I'm thinking. Remember when you were 16 years old? No. Oh my God. Actually, I don't remember. At some point, child, I don't remember what happened. I don't remember. I can't remember. I did my part and I moved on. I know they kept me at the bank until the case was over. That much I can tell you. They didn't fire me even. I wasn't even fired. They wouldn't let me around money anymore. So they had me do a lot of paperwork behind the scenes. It's weird shit. I was protected the whole time. Your story reminds me of my aunt's bumness at big companies, meaning mistakes. Oh my God, mother of brats, good health, sweetie. Now, I'll tell you some stories now. When I tell you the only job I was meant to do was psychic work, y'all gotta trust me on this. I was horrible at every job. I love these stories. Y'all have to trust me. I was the worst employee at every job given. All right. So, if you've been under a rock, which I do not believe you have been under a rock, I worked in safe deposit box deposits. Oh, they don't even have banks like that anymore. Are there banks that have like the safe deposit? I miss those. My bank, the chemical bank, they had a big safe deposit and a big vault. Back in the day, the banks had vaults where the millions were. That must have been fun. A little boring, I bet, but fun. I think they had to start getting rid of safe deposit boxes because people were hiding all kinds of shit in the boxes and it was hard to monitor, even though they had rules as to what you can put in your safe deposit box, and money was a no-no. But people would put money there. She threw all the Christmas people's presents from their credit card in the garbage, and there's a big training ever since. Oh my God. I don't quite understand that, but I'm quite sure I would have done the same thing. Like, I get that she did something crazy. I respect. I would have done something very similar. All right. If you've been under a rock, let me help you with the news came out Friday evening just before Christmas. Merry Christmas, Megan Thee Stallion. That the jury found Tory Lanez guilty in a 2020 shooting of Megan Pete, also known as Megan Thee Stallion. It was crazy. In the bank robberies, I got into trouble because I hid in a vault. Oh, hell no. Did the door close? Girl, once I was down in the vault early in the morning. Oh, that's what it was. As a head teller, right? You have to open the vault. But there's a whole system to opening the vault. Like, one person has one code, another person has another code. And I think the head teller was there to witness. Ciao. What if you got stuck in there? There's no air in the vault. Credit card receipt in a credit card receipt, and people didn't get their money. Oh, that was back in the day when we had that extra paperwork. She threw that in the garbage, so companies didn't get their money. That's hilarious. I love that. Oh my God. So if you've been in the closet, under the closet, hiding in the closet, I don't know what the saying is. Tory shot Meg. Period. Point blank. Tory shot Meg. I always said Tory shot Meg. I said it 2.5 years ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago. I don't remember. I always knew it. I was like, Tory shot Meg, everybody. However, he didn't get in trouble for shooting Meg. The prosecutor was really smart, and Tory and them got a little confused. The idiots. His charges were owning a gun that was not registered. That's one. Discharging the gun, so they could prove that he discharged the gun because he had residue on him. And possession of a gun or something like that, right? He was never charged with shooting Meg. Ever. It was very specific. It was all about the gun. So if Tory was going to bribe anything, he should have been bribing the gun, not Meg's bodyguard and driver. That none of that made sense. What he got charged with was very simple. It was like possession, discharging. I remember discharging, and the only reason why he got caught with discharging is because he did have residue. And the third one was, I think the third one was something like illegal ownership or something like that, right? That's what he got charged for. So when everybody got upset because he was found guilty, nobody was watching what he was getting charged for. He was not getting charged for shooting Meg. Sorry. The ignorance of it all. And people are like, I think it's going to be a mistrial. Y'all hear one thing from one blogger and y'all stretch it. I have never seen the YouTube streets stretch information the way I have recently with Shanquella and Meg Thee Stallion. One person called it messy. Everybody called it messy. This trial was not messy. It was actually very specific. Did Corey have a gun that was not registered? Yes. Did Corey discharge a gun that shouldn't have been discharged? Yes. And it didn't matter that Kelsey had residuals on her. That's not the point. If they want to charge Kelsey, they would have charged Kelsey, right? But they gave Kelsey immunity against so-and-so. Doesn't really matter. My point to you is, nobody was watching what the prosecutor was doing. So it was sheer comedy when people were reporting on things they were ignorant about. And this case was not messy. It was very, very specific. Did he have a gun? Yes. Was it charged? Did the gun belong to him? It wasn't registered. Like, those are illegal things. Did he discharge the gun? Yeah. They didn't say, did he discharge it toward Megan? They said, did he discharge it? Yep, he did. Oh, the other one was assault with a semi-automatic weapon? I don't think that was it. I don't remember it being assault, because that meant that they would have to prove that he... Let me see if I can find it again. What was Megan... No. What was Tory charged with? Let's see if I get this straight. Oh, you're right, Carmen. Sorry. Sorry, Carmen. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm, comma, carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, comma, and discharge of a firearm with gross negligence. Okay, so the assault is directed at Megan. Okay. It is directed at Megan. Okay, I got it. Mamma mia, I'm beginning to be very disappointed in the vloggers, right? And the sensationalism that we all carry sensationalism, right? But I'm beginning to be perturbed at the amount of clicks they prefer to have over telling a story. And all the new people that are popping up for clicks. Like, it's just crazy. The Shankrella case really put a highlight on some disturbing titles, right? I gotta give the YouTubers credit. However, they are the ones that kept this alive, right? So I gotta give them credit, but I really believe that they're sloppy at best. So it's getting a little disturbing at how sloppy everyone is being. I don't know. Yeah, maybe maybe they can maybe they can start finding people. I don't know. Like, this is an area that even YouTube is going to be like, we don't know what to do here, right? Right? They know how to tell you not to curse, right? They can identify that, but can they really stop? Um, some of the titles are so salacious that you want to watch it, and then all they're doing is telling the same story, like with the TJ Holmes case. Sometimes they'll put like, wife is upset, and then you watch the video. It's like an 8-minute video. You watch the video, and there's nothing there about the wife being upset. All they do is rehash the same story that we've all heard. 30,000 views. Yeah, it feels like disrespect. Yeah. It's going to get out of hand. It's going to get, let me tell you something. Trust and believe it's going to get out of hand, and a YouTuber is going to get caught out there saying something, and they're going to get pulled into a court case. Watch. It has to get out of hand. And that's when YouTube is going to be forced to wake up, or it could shut YouTube down. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, again, YouTube is a conglomerate. And Uranus and Taurus doesn't like this, doesn't like conglomerates. Doesn't like conglomerates. Not Uranus and Taurus. So there could be something so salacious that goes down with YouTube that they could get caught up in some mess. Watch. 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 All right. Somebody pointed out that Megan also wore purple, which is a very spiritual color, guys. Also, I do want to point out that the dad was calling on ancestors, right? He's like, we don't fight with guns. You don't, but your son does. We don't fight with our hands, something he said. You don't, but your son does. He beat up August. All right. And he was calling on ancestors. Guys, it doesn't work that way. You can't do evil out there and call on ancestors, because people have their own ancestors. Do you understand? This man cannot be like, I got people working on this. What? People have their own ancestors. Megan had her own ancestors. Who's going to be more powerful on the other world? What do you think? The other world's going to be like, well, we're here for Tory, and Megan's innocent? The ancestors are going to look at each other like, we have to battle in this world first before we let you take Megan down, right? The other ancestors for Tory are going to be like, we have to back up. Because not only do they know Tory is wrong, one, they see what nobody else sees. They see his soul, his brain, his heart. So yes, we all have ancestors, but they can't always step in. You have to change. And what part of there's a lesson in this for Tory?
not handling his anger management that you probably want to give to your stepmom, who was up there screaming on your behalf when you didn't even like her. What is the mentality that's going on? So I'm sorry, Daddy Daystar, Mr. Sunstar. You don't get to call on the ancestors. You don't. They're not allowed to listen. Maybe Tory's ancestors can help him while he's in jail. But if there was going to be a spiritual war between Megan's ancestors, her mother and her grandmother that just got over there, and her mother knew the business, against Tory's ancestors, this is how it would have went down. This is Tory's ancestors. And they would have been like, and they would have whimpered away. I don't care what kind of candle magic, black magic. Things are not going to work if your heart is not in a good place. I promise you. I promise you. All the magic in the world will never work if you are not in a healthy mental space. That's why I tell everyone, if you're going to do magic, do it on you. On you. The daddy cannot save his son. The daddy doesn't know the son's soul. The daddy knows the skin of the son, the temple of the son. He doesn't know his child's soul. His child is evil. I know he said it's not over, but what the daddy's forgetting is that other people have ancestors. Trust and believe. That man cannot put a curse on a protected family. Listen to what I'm saying. A curse cannot happen to a family that is protected already. Now, what that daddy should do is recognize that he has a fucked up son. That's what he should do. You can't put threats out there and think that threats don't come back to you. I'm shocked at Daddy Daystar. His name is Sunstar. Is the little baby named Nightstar? Just curious. Daystar, Sunstar, Nightstar. It only makes sense if the baby was Nightstar, right? Maybe his middle name is like Khalil Nightstar Lanez, the baby. Be careful what they reach hands out to do. PDW, you get it, right? You get it. You think people weren't already like, what the fuck did he say? Let me tell you something. When Beyonce went to Africa to do King is Love, That Is King. What's the name of that movie? King is King. What's the name of that movie that she did, which I love? The Lion King. What's that movie that she did? Do you think she went over there and did not consult? Guys, y'all are missing it. Do you think she went? She already knew shit because family's from New Orleans. Do you think she went all the way to Africa to produce a dance video and not had work done? You don't think that whole video was work done? That whole video was ancestry work done. Y'all didn't see that? Maybe you need a trained eye. That whole video was a protective video. What's the name of that movie? King is One. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. Y'all better look at that video again. That whole video was a protective video. I never said a word because I already knew. I'm telling you today because Daddy Daystar can't do anything. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Beyonce King. What's the name of that movie? The dance was the cover up. Thank you. No, sweetie. No. Look at the video again. She channeled everybody. OSHUN was in there. She channeled everybody. That video covered a lot of the deities. What's the name of that video? Black is King? Is that the name of the video? God, I can't even remember that. I'm going to look at it again. Y'all need to look at that video again. That whole video was a protective video. Black is King. That's so good. I should have watched that yesterday for Christmas. Oh, man. Black is King was amazing. That whole video was a protective video. Period. Point blank. You didn't watch it? You didn't watch it, Sincere? Sincere, you're not black. You must not be black. Watch it, child. I'm calling you out. I'm calling anybody out that did not watch that video. I'm calling anybody out. Watch that video. She honored the ancestors. Thank you. She honored the water. YEMAYA, right? OSHUN, right? Of course, OSHUN, right? The one that wears all white, which is the one that wears all white in the deities. It doesn't really matter. Magic Murmur's like, I'm white. I watched it. Yeah. Everybody should have watched it, right? It wasn't a black or white thing. Everybody should have watched that video. But if you watched it, and if you know things, she didn't do that video for Disney. She just is a creative soul. She did a video from her ancestors, and it was beautiful to watch. You felt everything. Oh my God, you felt it. Woo. I would tell y'all right now, if y'all could watch it when you bring in the new year, it would be a really good video to be sitting in and bringing in the new year. I mean, a really good video. No, I think you need Jesus, Pink Lily Phil. I think if you know your deities, why is that black magic? Why is that black magic? You got to fix what was given to you, right? You got to fix that. Didn't I post something on my IG that was like, did I post it? I'm starting to get tired of explaining to people. I'm going to stop explaining to people because it gets a little tired. I want you guys to figure out how you have to invest in your black culture. I do. I want you guys to figure it out because you're better than this. You just don't know it. You're better than this. Investing in your deities is probably one of the smartest things you can actually do for your life and for your children's life. Seriously. Oh, I thought I saved it. Damn. God always gives me things and then I don't follow through with saving it. Thank you, Lottie. Look at Lottie. And Lottie's white. Y'all better get on board with your African spirituality. I'm not going to beg you because it's so exhausting. I'm just going to do what I need to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do me. The first time I'm ever going to be selfish I'm just gonna do me. I'm learning what I need to learn in my African culture. And Ifa Sheye is doing a class. First class is on Ogun, um, January 15th. So come on board. But you really need like an overview of all the deities. And now she's breaking it down to each deity, and she's going to do it once a month. Um, y'all might want to learn something. Oh, wait, you know what? I think I sent it to myself. Hold on. Oh my God, the Obama family. They're so gorgeous. Oh, it's such a sin to be that pretty. Yeah, I sent it to myself, but where am I? Tracy. That's what I did. I sent it to myself. No. Hmm. No, I guess I didn't send it to myself either. Well, in any case, it's just really important to start investing better in your African deity. You know, sucks to be you if Beyonce went there. Sucks to be you if you don't understand what she's doing. She's not just calling on Oshun in Black is King. She called on everybody. And the one thing I have to give Beyonce a lot of credit, like she's gifted. She won't announce it, but she's gifted. Very, very gifted. So maybe she did what she had to do, not knowing, but knowing that this Tory case was going to come up and some stupid ass Daystar daddy was going to try and do spiritual blah, 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 blah. Maybe she already knew to have a protective barrier around her and her husband. People have wired their brains for negativity. They will believe anything as long as they get a dopamine rush from it. Yeah. The fact it was beat out the slaves means it's important. Right. The fact that we were the fear of God, right, and beat out of us to not. You know what else they did, by the way, guys? They didn't even want us to remember our language, even though we all came with a different set of language. They didn't even want us to remember our language. We would get the shit beat out of us um, if we didn't learn the language. I mean, they just had it so hard, our ancestors. I feel so bad for them. They had it so hard. They didn't want slaves to speak to each other, right? Oh, they didn't even want them speaking to each other, huh? See, I didn't know that. It's brainwashing. Every other culture explores their deities, right? But a lot of us, a lot of Black folks, well, actually, it's not that we don't, we didn't know. We didn't know. After Reconstruction, we were brainwashed to believe that our traditions were evil. It was to control us, right? Right. Exactly. I really have a hard time keeping my nails. No matter what I do, they just don't want to act right. Right, right. Have you read The Making of a Slave? No. Well, I like it. If it's too heavy, I can't read it. I couldn't even watch 12 Years a Slave. I'd rather somebody give me the footnotes. But you're telling me how they trained us. The book is about how we were trained to be disciplined. That's what the book is. I guess I could read it. We need to know these things. Oh, the legislation, the Jim Crow laws, the sundown laws. Bullshit. It's a simple speech. The making, have I thought it was a book, The Making of a Slave. Let me check it out. And thank you, Carmen. Making of a Slave. The Letter and the Making of a Slave, by Willie Lynch. Oh, oh, oh. It's on Audible. I need it in writing. The Willie Lynch Letter, Making of a Slave, book by Willie Lynch. I'm going to get mad, right? I already know it, child. Oh, I can get it for free. All right, I'll put it. You know this is going to make me mad, right, Carmen? All right. All right, I'll put it in my, if I read this, Carmen, I'm I'm going to read it to the public. I'm not accepting this information by myself. If I read this, I'm going to read it to the public. How's that? By the way, talking about reading to the public, um, hold on, let me put this to my reading list. Talking about reading to the public, our first book club is going to be on January 14th. January 14th will be our first book club. And it's Conversations with God, book one. And we're only going to read book one. There's many volumes, right? This guy kept having conversations with God and kept, documenting his conversations. But the first one is most important because it gets you to understand how you too are having conversations with God. He took it to the next level. And I'm reading the book because I want you all to understand how to take your conversations with God to the next level. Okay? So I'm going to get that book and I'll probably read it as my next installment for book club, Carmen. So thank you. Breathe, Tracy, breathe. I'm already upset. Already upset. Already upset. Oh, just breathe. Okay. Thank you, Carmen. I recommend it to everyone. It's essentially a speech from a government contractor how to bring slaves here and how to break them into submission. You know what I believe? I believe that same submission is being used against Black women today. That Black men are using the same thing that they used against them against Black women unconsciously. But there's an embedded um, event in that understand how to down. I know, sweetie. I know. Let me read it then. I'll read it. I'm not asking you all to read it. I'll do the reading and we will dissect it All right. But, let me I'll take on the anger because I love being angry anyway. So you might as well just let me bring the heat, and you guys, you can listen. You can listen. But maybe the education is important so that you all can understand um, how we're still being affected by the mentality of the slave system. We're all still being affected. But, by God's grace, a lot has changed, and that's the gift. That's the gift. There's so much has changed, so much hasn't changed, but we have to continue to fight. And you can't fight if you're not educated. All right. Um, I was gonna say something. Oh, did you guys see the new trend that's happening? I'm so proud of Black women, where Black women or minority women, I don't know the difference, guys. I like to be fair to everyone, but for right now, I think it is just Black women. So don't take insult. Where we're all following each other on IG. If you have if you're Black, we're all following each other. Did you guys hear that trend that's happening right now? What I want to say to everybody else is don't be upset. Don't don't try. We're just finding ourselves again, right? We're just loving each other. We're liking each other. We're supporting each other. Don't be upset because, you know, it took a long time getting here where we can actually say to each other, I'm going to follow you because you're Black. And I don't care if I'm going to follow you and we all have the same candle business. We all don't do the same candle business, right? But following each other just because you're Black. I'm down. It's back follow. It's on TikTok. Oh, it's on TikTok. It should be on IG because TikTok's going out of business in a minute. It's back women follow train. Black women or back women? Black women follow train. Yeah, it's a train. Almost like the Underground Railroad. Do you see the connection there? You see the connection? All right. I don't know who started it, but I think it's funny and that it's taking off. Oh, Pink Lily film, don't pay me any mind. I get upset in a moment and then I forget that I got upset. Don't pay me any mind. That speech will enrage you, but also educate you on how the European captors think and behave. Oh, Lord, Satari, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Am I going to be enraged? Okay, I love being enraged. I love it. Oh, did you travel to Africa? Oh, hold on a second. I have to tell this. What time? 10 o'clock? Okay. So, let me see something. Hold on, guys. Oh, that's good. All right. Thank you for all your help. Sorry, guys. Okay. By the way, I'm open for readings today. Let me just go back a minute. So, what did I say? It's not here now. Okay. Oh, I traveled to Africa with my husband, who's Nigerian, and it was amazing. I understand more of the need to honor your ancestors. Right, right, right. You're so lucky, right? To be married to a Nigerian and then to go back home to his country. And most likely, if you did your DNA, you have a high amount of Nigerian in you. If you did your DNA, did you ever do your DNA, Tiffany? But Pink Lilyfield, you didn't upset me. I go through it and then I'm over it. Remember, my memory doesn't even retain. I don't keep nothing inside my head, including anger. Nope, I'm going forward. My memories have that info. Oh, absolutely, Angel. Don't worry about it. It will educate you about the tools used to recognize those same tools are used today. Exactly. It should make you get up and be active. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. I agree. Black. Yeah, I figured it out finally. Hold on. I agree, Carmen. Um, yes, moving forward. That's why I love you, because you uplift. Thank you, Satari. I love following, learning about my hair type. What does that mean? I love following, learning about my hair type. What does that mean? The hair type. How do we get to hair type when we're talking about um, ancestry? What does that mean? That means nothing. Red Roses, how are you doing, by the way? I was active with MLK and Malcolm. Oh, you're so lucky. How old are you? You're not much older than me. You would have been a child, no? You're not older than me. Yes, my sister has gone from 700 to 1,500 followers. She is so happy because she can go live. Oh, on TikTok? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Congratulations to your sister, Kiona. Yeah. Okay. I love everyone in chat. And if I made anyone upset, I apologize. Stop apologizing. I don't even know what you said, crazy. It's okay. You did good, Tracy. Thank you. Yes, 49% Cameroon. Oh, um, that's nice. And 12% Nigerian. Oh, that's kind of low. That's kind of low for night. Most of us have like 40. So mine keeps, you can't trust Ancestor. If anything, try to get Black Ancestry, which I can't afford right now, but I would love to do it. My, let me see. They just changed it again. You can't, there's an the science changed. Does it really? Does it really change? It only changes with the Ancestry because they're doing something. Ancestry. It can't change in a court of law. Oh, he a little bit, raped her. Yeah, really? Oh, wait. What? Get out of here, people. So 1026 was the most update. Oh, but they did break down the difference in parents, like who had more Nigerian and how you were made up with Nigerian, like that kind of stuff. That was really cool. Which side of family are your parent one matches on? Oh, who cares? You labeled your parent one matches as maternal, so your parent two matches will be labeled as paternal. Oh, who cares? Close. It's so cool, but it's also faux science, right? Can't really trust this shit. Can't trust these people. Let me see if I can get to the DNA. Nope, I don't want to know about this. Nope. My brother found his mother on by using Ancestry. So cool. All right. I'm trying to find the people. Give me the most update. All right. When somebody says I show up as first cousin, I'm a little suspicious because I know all my first cousins. No, nothing. DNA results summary. Okay. Kind of like looking at it. See, they keep changing it. Oh my God, they keep changing it. We've updated your ethnicity estimate. How? All right, so now this is the newest one. Now I am Ivory Coast and Ghana 25%, right? Nigerian 25%, Benin and Togo 12%, Cameroon 11%, Mali 8%, and so on and so forth. Then there's a Nigerian East Central 4%. So I don't know why they wouldn't put that. That would make me 29% Nigerian, whether it's from the East or not, and other shit. Oh, this is new. I saw something new just now. Oh, interesting. There are some new stuff going on here. When I first got my when I first got my DNA, my Benin was highest. And I love the fact that I came from Benin because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's where voodoo was discovered. So I love that because it made so much more sense to me. But they have since changed it, and now I'm Ivory Coast and Ghana. They'll change it again. My Nigerian skyrocketed. I was like 49% Nigerian. And then now it's going down. Senegalese, I think so. I think I saw it there. Senegal. Yeah, 5% Senegal. Yeah. A little bit of Ivory Coast, and a little bit of Ghana. Ivory Coast is so beautiful. I don't mind being from the Ivory Coast by the water. I could kind of see that because I do love the water. Which DNA is good? One, to know your ancestry. I would say go to African ancestry because at least they can tell you what tribe you're from. And that is better to know because ancestry keeps going up and down. I've been registered with these people for like 2 or 3 years now. I got it as a gift from Stephanie, and oh, I even announced it on the on video. But oh, I did announce it on video. I did. All right. Husband said he thought you're Haitian. I am Haitian, but Haitian's not going to show up as a DNA, right? That's the difference. Like your DNA is not from Haiti. It's where they brought you from Africa and took you to Haiti. I am Haitian. Thank God. I come from very powerful, independent people. Why do you think I argue so much? That's from the Haitian blood inside of me. I am Haitian. And then my people escaped Haiti. I'd like to know the escape route because somehow or another, um, my mom's side wound up on in St. Thomas. My dad's side, my dad's my no, my mom's side wound up in St. Thomas as escapees. But back in the day, there was a lot of island hopping. If they needed somebody to pick cotton and they needed people, you could just show up at a plantation and they would just take you, right? They would go to other islands and be like, come with us, right? How we wound up being St. Thomians is because the Dutch kept really good records. That's the one thing you have to give them credit for. They were good at keeping records. But when the Americas took over, and the first census grandfathered us into American, yada yada, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so my mom's grandfather is Puerto Rican. Now, I don't know what that history is like. My grandfather, I found out by the grace of God, through ancestry, was born here, right? I believe his mother was Puerto Rican, but that doesn't surprise me because half the island here is Puerto Rican. So that doesn't surprise me. Eventually, when he was 10, he went back to Puerto Rico, and that's where he grew up. But I do know the part about Haiti, and that comes from my mom's side. My dad's side, my granddad's side, are Tainos. And Tainos have a very specific look. Very specific. My grandfather looked Taino. My mama looked Taino. And beyond that, they were the last looking Tainos. Everyone else has Southern American coloring, right? Because Tainos are really, really dark people. None of us carry that. If anything, Ezra is probably the first generation that's coming out with the dark skin, if anything. But then his mom is very dark, so it didn't surprise me. But Brian has dark skin in him, so the matchup would have been perfect. I wonder what the mama is. She's very tall and lanky. Kind of reminds me of a certain African tribe. Doesn't matter. Ezra's the first one in a generation for a long time that has come out with the dark skin. And that's my Taino people he got in him. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Okay, it's a must. Oh, High on a Hog? Oh, it's a must watch. It's about the influence of African slave influence on our food today, on your food for Spanish people. Y'all got this thing about what Spanish food is and what Afro Spanish food is. We don't have that problem. But there is an influence in dance and food. But in the Spanish community, we don't have the problem. We know y'all gotta marry it better. Even though it's common in the Spanish community. It's like, no, we are Afro da 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 da, Afro Latina. It's just that when you come to America, it got all twisted. All of a sudden, there had to be this separation of black Latinx and light skinned Latinx, and it turned out. But now you all are coming back to being proud of Afro Latina. So I'm happy. No, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Mm-hmm. Carmen, I'll watch anything with food. Oh, there's a food festival. Okay, we're in. God, there's so much to talk with you guys about. We're in Carnival. We're having our first carnival since COVID. Even though the next wave of COVID is going to be coming around, and the flu is here, but I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna go to Carnival. Um, so they end in a big parade. There's a children's parade on Friday. There's an adult parade on Saturday, but something starts right now. I don't even know. It's just I don't know. I gotta find these things out. But I do know that there's a food fest, and I'm going to the food fest because I'm a foodie. Now, if y'all need me to bring the camera and talk about the food fest, we'll take care of that. All right? Just wear a mask. I know, sweetie. I'll wear a mask. I'm going to be around the peoples. But the carnival is big this year. We invited people from the States. It's big. They're going to be doing the, the shaky. I might have to shake too. So I might have to wear some pom pom shorts. Because I might have to. Mm, 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 mm. Hello all. Speaking of food, how'd your chicken turn out yesterday? It was good because I seasoned my chicken well, right? It was roasted. It was good. Maybe a little spicy. Um, it was okay. It was okay. But you know what I think it is? I think I'm just supposed to be off meat. So I'm not like in love with a lot of meats right now, right? But it was good. It was good. I tried to make mashed potatoes again. Didn't turn out the way I wanted, but I don't eat the box mashed potatoes. But I tried everything: garlic powder, onion powder, butter. Um, what else did I put? In any case, it I wound up throwing the I ate some of it, but it was kind of watery because I'm not. I don't know. I don't like chunky homemade mashed potatoes. I like it whipped, but I don't have the right material to make it whipped. And so what I wind up doing is whipping it too much at the bottom. And then so when I mix it up, it's not thick as I like it. And that happened twice already. So, and mashed potatoes is my jam, but I won't buy it in a box. I love me some mashed potatoes. Maybe I should try it one more time. What do you think? Maybe I should try it one more time. I did use almond milk this time. Remember last time I tried half and half. So I wasn't happy with the half and half, but I did try almond milk and you couldn't taste the difference. Right? Maybe the problem is I cut it up and then put it in the blender. Maybe I should mash it up and put it in the blender. Very frustrating, right? Mash them with a fork. Remember that thing our parents used to use? It was round, it had holes in it, and that I can't find that thing. The Latin and Asian cultures have colorism that has nothing to do with the US period. Yeah, okay. Latinx is growing out of it. So let's give them some wiggle room to speak proudly, right? Because there's so much in African culture that the Latin culture, there's so much that's embedded, right? Cream, salt, butter is so good. Right, right. I don't know. Tracy, the blender makes it gummy. That's what happened the last time. The last time it was gummy. This time it wasn't. So what are you saying? Don't use the blender? Just smash it? That's what I use, the masher thingy. Right. The potato masher. Is that literally what it's called? You need only milk, butter, salt, garlic powder. I did add onion powder though. Cut in cubes, then boil. Use a potato. Everybody says use a potato masher. Yes, a masher. Get a potato masher. All right. I know I don't. That I have not seen a potato masher in ages. And I don't live by the dollar store where I can like go buy it for $1. Like a potato masher down here would be like $5. But that's what's missing, a potato masher. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time for New Year's. One more time. And if I make it good, I'll put a picture on IG if I can finally make it good. And I mean the texture. It tastes fine, but man, the texture is missing. I just want mashed potato. I'm gonna try it one more time. Um, I used to use half and half. Now just butter and sour cream. It's delicious. Oh, no milk. You just use sour cream. My potatoes rock cream makes them fluffy. Just use sour cream. I travel with I travel with a potato masher in my luggage. That is hilarious. Don't over mash. Oh, and I brought a sweet potato pie, which is going to hold me over for New Year's. All right. So now let's talk about food, guys. I don't know how y'all do it, right? But fish is the food for the new year. We're clear about that, right? Fish is the food. So I'm going to be making conch soup again. I'm thinking about making because it was just so easy to make. I just didn't like the wrapper it came in. I'm thinking about making salmon cauliflower. It was so good. Salmon cauliflower. Um, I don't feel like getting up, but it's a common salmon cauliflower thing, right? Let me see if I can find it. Oh no, it's on my other phone. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. And if I can catch the fish guy this week, right? Then I'll do whatever the fish guy has. So there's two places I can go for the fish guy. And I might do that today because today's not hot, guys. Today's not hot at all. Like, I know y'all got -7 degrees out there. I get it. I got it. But we're suffering too, everyone. It's like 75 degrees right now. We're suffering too. Everybody's suffering. So it's not hot. It's not, it's no, I'm suffering too, people. Shoot. I mean, I know y'all, but I'm suffering too. I damn near need to wear a light sweater. The fuck? We suffer here in the island too, people. It's too much. Magic Mermaid's like, I'm not trying to hear this. I was talking to Ori, Naturals Healing, Priestess Ifasheye, and I was like, she said something about the weather. I might have asked about it, and I said, I'm feeling your pain. I was like, because it's like 75 degrees today. And she was like, really, Tracy? I'm like, I'm sorry. She's like, so what you need, a light sweater? Yes, yes, damn it. I need to be wearing short sleeves today. We'll take 75 in a heartbeat. I'm suffering today, people. I feel your pain. We're all suffering together. Oh my God. I'm working in Florida and only brought shorts. And it's cold in Florida? No. I had the heat on at 80. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh my God. I'm not mad. I'm in Texas. I'm mad that it's 36 degrees here in Houston. And Houston, the one thing I can tell you about Houston, it's a constant, you know, 78-ish. How is this happening in Houston? Oh my God. All right, let me do my job. I got 5 minutes to do my job. Should I do my job, people? I'm your YouTube correspondent, um, official YouTube correspondent. I am your one and only, and that's the story. Um, Nobody asked me to do this job, by the way. I volunteer, right? Because Don Lemon went to the day shift, so I gotta, do what Don Lemon used to do, right? But it's officially unofficial. Nobody asked me to do this job. Listen to me though. Um, YouTube viewers, like the video, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right. This is a show about everything and yet nothing. It's a show about nothing. All right. But it's about everything. All right. Let me see now. 5 things you need to do. Oh, there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I don't feel like talking about it now. I could talk about it tomorrow. 5 things you need to know for CNN, right? Okay, so, oh, today's a little different. Oh, CNN, they don't work either. I noticed CNN doesn't work on the weekends. Let me see something. CNN will not work on holidays. No. All right, so then I can talk about what I want to talk about. Okay, so there was a power grid issue in Washington State. Burglars took out 3 power substations on Christmas, putting many people in the cold. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, I said this the first time it happened. I said there was going to be copycats. Christmas Day, some bubbling idiot went and took out the power stations and put people in the cold. This is not right, people. This is not right. Like, you don't have to do it on purpose. The grid is going to go out on its own. Nobody needs you to go up there and sabotage. Tacoma, Washington, um, these burglars vandalized 3 power stations on Christmas morning, leaving about 14,000 customers without electricity. This is evil now. At about 5:30 a.m. on Sunday, um, what do you mean a burglary? Like, what were they stealing? Public utility substation on 46th Street. When deputies arrived, a statement from the department read, they saw evidence that a fence area was broken into while nothing was taken, because it wasn't a burglary, it was sabotage. While nothing was taken from the substation, what are they going to take? Wires? Electrical wires? Oh my God. Police said equipment was vandalized, causing a power outage in the area. Another burglary was reported later that morning. Something about forced entry and damage to the equipment, and nothing was stolen because it wasn't a burglary. It was sabotage. Oh my God. At 11:25 a.m., a third burglary was reported of a power outage and burglary again that occurred at 2:40 a.m. It's a nightmare. As a result of the burglaries and vandalism that took place, they weren't burglaries. Why are they being labeled burglaries? 14,000 Tacoma residents. Magic Mermaid, didn't you say you lived in Tacoma? Tacoma residents were without power on Sunday morning. Up until 7 p.m. Sunday, people were still without power. This is me now. This was Christmas, guys. Right, Magic Mermaid. Whose children are these? Yes, in my city. Did you suffer anything? See, I remember random things. I won't remember your name or the gift that you gave me, but I'll remember what city you came from. Did you suffer anything? Yeah, lock them up. Like enough already. Nobody should be in a cold because you want to have fun. And they're not burglaries unless they're stealing something. This is vandalism and sabotage on purpose on Christmas. 3 times in 3 different areas? Get out of here. All right. Not in my area, or you lucked out because they said 14,000 were without power. See, you can always tell the protected ones. See, that's how you know you protected, child. All right, prolonged winter storm causes at least 37 deaths and leaves thousands without power. See, you don't need to go sabotage. The weather will put you without power. This is ridiculous. All right. The prolonged winter weather storm that brought heavy snow, high winds, and brutal cold to the U.S. has killed at least 37 people and had hundreds of thousands without power on Christmas morning. There's a lot of suffering Christmas morning. What is the meaning of that? It has to be a spiritual meaning, child. Perhaps the worst impact was around Buffalo, New York, where 43 inches of snow fell as of Sunday morning. Who gets 43 inches of snow? Do you know what 43 inches of snow? Okay, so 12 inches is this big, right? Double that, that's 36 inches, right? Right? Half of that, who gets that much snow? Oh my God. The snowfall and blizzard conditions made roads impassable, froze power substations, and left more than a dozen people unalive. The conditions eased slightly on Sunday. I don't want to say that this is going to be it because that would be a fallacy for me to say that because we know that there are people who have been stuck in cars for more than 2 days. Oh my God. People have been stuck in cars for more than 2 days. Oh my God. How do you survive that? There are people in homes who are below freezing temperatures. New York Governor Kathy Hochul called it the most devastating storm in Buffalo's long storied history due to its power and its extended length. It's a crisis of epic proportions. This is the second storm in Buffalo. Over the past week, the winter storm brought dangerously cold temperatures, blizzard conditions, coastal flooding to the entirety of the U.S., wrecking Christmas plans along the way. More than 55 million people are under wind chill alerts. The blizzard conditions persisted Sunday across the Great Lakes. Some major cities in the Southeast, Midwest, East Coast recorded their coldest Christmas in decades. In Florida, it will be the coldest December 25th since 1983 for Miami, Tampa, Orlando, and West Palm Beach. New York City also saw record cold temperatures on Christmas Eve at several locations, including JFK and LaGuardia airports. The high at Central Park was 15 degrees, making it the second coldest December 24th in at least 150 years. About 250,000 homes and businesses in the U.S. had no electricity service as of 11 a.m. Eastern Sunday, with nearly half of those affected in Maine. In Maine. Maine is always cold. What? And New York, according to outage.us. Since the start of the storm, the number of outages has at times exceeded 1 million customers. Oh my God. So it's affecting 65 million people in all parts of Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and the District of Columbia. They're asking people to conserve energy. Meanwhile, shortage of electricity in Texas prompted the U.S. Department of Energy to declare an emergency on Friday. In Jackson, Mississippi, frigid temperatures are hampering efforts to repair a large water main break. Oh my God. They're saying the weather is brutal, guys, just brutal. All right, guys. This is too much. Let me see what everybody's saying. They're saying they believe that over people died. They say there's cars. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is crazy. Let me go back up a little bit. A hot mess. Oh yeah. Lock them up. Yeah, lock them up. There should be a special designation for that sort of crime. 10 years mandatory sentence for vandalizing the power grid. Hi, Wolverines. Yes, I agree. It's just evil. Damn, we need security for power stations. Yeah, we do. And they're calling it a burglary, but what are they stealing? No, they're not. Happy Merry Christmas, Wolverines. I sent you a note. Did you get my Merry Christmas? Yeah, vandalizing the power grid should be considered a federal crime. Thank you. Not a state crime. Crimes against humanity, traumatic. They are saying they believe over 50 people died. It was 4 degrees in Philly Christmas Eve without the wind chill factor. Oh, Nancy. And they say global warming isn't real. Humans have destroyed the earth. Yeah. Remember, there's a rooster right here. The roosters don't talk to me much anymore. Not after they claim I tried to kill one of them. They don't talk to me anymore. But rooster, I do want to apologize, okay? If you accept my apology, it doesn't mean I want you guys to come to my door, right? Because you guys get me into trouble. But I would like to apologize, okay? It's not really listening to me, but at least I say it, right? Okay. So remember, the Japan earthquake shifted the earth. So if the earth was like this normally, the Japan earthquake shifted. So if our weather vane was used to this, right? But we shift it, but the weather vane stays the same, right? Something's not getting hit the way it used to, or something more can get hit. So like, let's do it differently. The earthquake shifted. So we're normally like this, right? But we shift it, then the weather vane is hitting areas that normally it wouldn't be hit, but the earth shifted. I mean, you could look it up. The Japan earthquake shifted earth. So it's no longer about global warming, right? It's too late for that. Everything shifted. So if everything shifted, everything's off balance. So what used to be warm, right, is now cold, right? And what used to be cold is now warm. So global warming was happening anyway. this is up in the ante. So I believe places like the US is going to be an icebox. I think it's going to be an icebox in the winter, and I think you guys are going to have record heat in the summer, but heat that you're not accustomed to. Nothing that a screen is gonna work. So watch, skin cancers are going to be on the rise because you're going to have heat, the unimaginable heat. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was wondering, if they were stealing copper wires. Down here in New Orleans, they're stealing electrical wires, the copper wires. Yeah. Rooster Whisperer. Yeah, count your blessings. I know that winter in New York State can be bad, but that's awful. I don't think I'd survive. Well, I'm born and raised in New York, and I don't remember what you guys are having right now. It's so much more worse, right? It's it's much worse. Acts is more extreme, right? I mean, you could look it up. The January January the Japan earthquake tilted Earth. What do you think that means? I know scientists aren't telling you all, but if something tilts, you got a glass of water flat and it tilts, you're off balance. Everything's off balance. Have you ever gone into a home and you could feel when a home's foundation is not stable? Just put a marble on the floor. Wherever the marble goes is where it's unstable. You can't stay in a home whose foundation is unstable. You have to fix it. What do you do when the earth tilts? Hmm. Yeah, upstate New York is a different animal. Upstate New York it's hell. Oh, many of the native people say they have trouble navigating by the stars because of the earth shift, because everything changed. Right. I mean, look it up for yourselves. This is a fact. And because it's a fact, no one is explaining to you why it's so cold, why it's so hot. It has everything with that Japan earthquake. So what we need is another earthquake to readjust us. No, we don't. That was a 9 point something. We don't need anything bigger. Japan earthquake. It might have been 6 or 7 years ago now. Let me look it up for y'all. 2011. 2011, it looks like. The earthquake, Japan earthquake, shifted Earth's figure axis by about 6.5 inches. That's a lot shifting. That's huge. The Earth's figure axis is not the same as its north-south axis in space, which it spins around once every blah, blah, blah. How the Japan earthquake shortened days on Earth. Researchers at NASA calculate that the Japan earthquake pushed the Earth's rotational axis more than 6.5 inches. Oh, listen to this. Oh, we hear something new. While the earthquake in Chile in 2010 shifted the Earth axis by 2.8 inches. through which slightly altering the distribution of mass across the earth. So we might have been shifted 11 inches between Chile and Japan. So if they're not telling you this, then you're not being prepared for winters. You're not being prepared for summers, right? Because they're not giving you enough information to get you to understand your winters are going to be consistently bad. I've said this before. Nobody listens to the crazy psychic. I've said it before. You can't change the earth axis and not get compromised. Mm-hmm. See, you're reading the article right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Fukushima disaster. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was a horror played out in real life. The earthquake. Then the nuclear power station went into meltdown. Right. Then the tsunami. The tsunami. I was actually up because I wasn't working at the time. That's when I had my sister with me, so I wasn't working. I was up because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, my time when it hit. It was mortifying to watch. I was like, is this really happening? And you're like helpless. All you could do is like look at the TV like this. So with that being said, you have to be armed, but no one's educating the masses. And that's what upsets me. NASA knows. NASA knows. The USGS volcano people that study this, they know how devastating this has been, and they won't tell you. They won't tell you. Because that means we probably need an upgrade on how our coats are being made, right? But so that if they don't tell you anything, the industry can't work with you. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to need more insulated types of coats. I'm just saying, I don't know. Something has to give, but since they're not telling people, like, what are we going to do? Panic? We're already in it. At least let us prepare for it. At least let us prepare that if we need portable heaters, but they're not telling you anything. By the time you recognize if there's a problem, you're already in the dark with no electricity. They're not telling you anything, but I've always been trying to tell you, right? If the earth axis change, your life is compromised. What do you mean? At the earthquake, Nancy? Right, Lottie. I don't have enough warm clothes. Right, you're in London. That's my point. You don't have enough clothes. That is exactly my point. But people should have prepared you. Oh, we think it's going to be a really bad winter because of the Japan earthquake, and it's going to be like that from now on. Oh, well, it's the first week of winter officially, but winter technically has been here since Thanksgiving for some people like Buffalo, New York. Oh, the tsunami when it hit. Yeah, cars and people. Yeah, it was sad. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. I needed that stretch, guys. Oh, maybe talking about the tsunami tensed me up. Oh. Ooh. I was going to go out in the street, but I don't know why now. Why am I going out in the street, guys? You know why I'm going out in the street? Because it's not hot. I like to go out when it's not hot. I need to be one with nature. Oh, save my skin. I like to go out when it's not hot because my skin doesn't burn. Oh, God. I need a car. I just need a car, guys. What do you think? I need a car. I need a car. I'm going to get a car. I have to get a car. I can't live this way anymore. My skin burns. My skin burns without a car. I miss my skin. It's very soft and subtle. It's very lovely to the touch. And then the sun, she doesn't like me. I love you, skin. It's so hard to maintain the skin in the hot Caribbean sun. Wait, y'all are gonna feel it because Japan's access changed everything. It's gonna be scorching hot for you next summer. Watch. Oh, my poor skin. I love my skin. It's illegal. First of all, an electric bike, you gotta have good knees. I don't have the knees. Look at my age bracket. I don't have the knees. So I can't get an electric bike. And we can't use golf course because it's illegal. I would, a golf course costs like $3,000. I would do that. Nope. Huge hats don't work. I still get burnt. I get burnt like sometimes, like right now my hands are clearing up. Oh my God. But my hands turn more darker than the rest. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare what I've been going through. I do. I have sun allergy. Yeah. You didn't see what I've been going through since living here? And then somehow my chest gets burnt. It's a nightmare. Everything's just a nightmare. I do wear a sun visor, but not a big hat. But I do have a big hat, but nothing works. I still get burnt. It's too hot. I used to wear my sheepskin boots in the house. Thankfully, I moved into a warmer place, but even with the heating on, I've got inside coats. Yeah, London. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lottie. Thank you. I think it's because I've been exercising, Lottie. That's what I think is happening. I'm exercising every day, so I think my face is coming down off the fullness. And so I think there's an illusion. There's an illusion of looking pretty. That's what I think. I think I'm exercising, but now I got to exercise my neck. That's the next thing I need to do. All right, let me get up out of here. I got a couple of readings to do. Something on Trump, but now I forgot what on Trump, but it'll come back to me. And I'm going to do something on Shanquella because I got a hit from another YouTuber. And so I'm going to do a reading on a different angle from this YouTuber, but we'll talk about it later. All right. It's supposed to be 60 next week. Oh, Lord. Ribbon. That's the St. Croix heat is no joke. It's no joke. It's no joke. That's why I need a car before winter hits. I need a car. I need a car so bad before winter hits. Oh my God. This St. Croix heat is no joke. All right. We're going to make sure it happens this time around. Oh, yes, you're both in London. Yes. All right, guys, we had a good time today. You know, everybody's off for the most part. Government employees are off. You know how I could tell everybody's off? The cars don't move. In the morning, I can measure. That's what I do for a living. So audio is what I do. I don't open my windows or anything. I can tell everyone's car in the mornings because it's just a gift, right? It's like, oh, okay, that's apartment 42. It's just my gift. And I didn't hear the rumblings this morning, which kind of upset me because I didn't think they were off today. So I didn't put two and two together, but it's so quiet. So I woke up after 7, which is not normal for me because I hear the cars rumbling around, you know, quarter to 7, right? And so I woke up after 7 went straight to walking, and there was nobody in the streets. No cars in the streets. And I was like, they got the day off today. Lucky them, but they got the day off today. Okay. If you want a reading with me, I am open. Let me see. I get an appointment right now. Guys, I got to go. Hold on. I have an appointment right now. Okay. But I got 2 appointments right now, back to back. But I am open, and then I'm going to go out in the street. I'm going to figure out. I forgot why I'm going in the street though, but I'm going to go on the street. No, I'm going to go on the street because there's no heat today. I'm going to go on the street because I can go on the street. I love you guys. Thank you for putting up with me, everyone. I can go get a potato masher. Thank you. Thank you, Carmen. That's what I could do. It's not an illusion, Tracy. Your self-care is working. It shows, right? I'm trying so much, Janine. I just want to go back to the doctor, and I want the doctor to be proud of me. And now I have 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 days to show him something. All right. I love you guys. Take it easy. Reminder. What's the reminder? Ifeshe is going to do classes, and the first one is going to be on Ogun. Reminder, get to know your African ancestries. Get on board. Love you all. Take it easy. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Take it easy. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.